Duplen, Salisi Rayasi, Maxime Lafarge, Michael Roux, and it will be Romain Tamac who will get this Van Toulouse encounter on its way. And a little bit of contact there already with Filippo Nkosi. And can't get in there, Francois Cross, so obviously unable to get the hit. So it will be a scrum for Toulouse. Not the ideal start for RC Van.
Certainly not. Welcome, Vunipola gets a warm welcome to the top 14. Scrum after 37 seconds. Let's hope we don't have too many scrums tonight, and I'm sure they'll be hoping the same thing.
Marco Vunipola, one of 6 new recruits in this squad. Grau. Well, it's advantage for Toulouse. Ball comes out very quickly. Ange Capuozzo, strong hits. They're working on the 22 a lot. Jean-Noel Spitzer said defensively, just making sure that they're present. Big hit there coming on Joshua Brennan. Trying to get the ball out. Grau going the other way. Romain Tamac goes high over the top. Well, the footballing skills, and well, it's not good enough there for Capuozzo. But there is a penalty. Offside, I believe.
There it is. Vunipola, first scrum, first penalty. Welcome to Top 14 Rugby and interpretations that you may not have been used to, certainly in the UK and particularly in the Premiership. But with all his experience, I'm sure he'll adapt very quickly there. He's just gone flat down, pancaked out on this side of the scrum.
So the advantage, of course, not being exploited by Toulouse. Line out it is. Marchand, perfectly taken by Flamand. Toulouse with a big charge. Let's see how they go. Marchand picking it up at the back, trying to get himself into a cozy little nook there. Waits patiently. The drive going. Marchand, oh, he's been held, driven back. Good strong defence there. They got the advantage once again. Toulouse comes out, and it's the ever dangerous Roumat. Grau getting the ball out once again. Tamac high over the top. Picks up. Oh, look at that. That is sensational. Toma Ramos taking the pass from Kinghorn. He has just found his feet and his hands at Toulouse. He's won every single game he's played for Toulouse, 14 in total. But that was special.
Started from a well set up drive here. You think Marchand is walking this one over at the back here. The penalty advantage has been played, and then it's the vision on the outside, and it's just a quality footballer. No matter what position Kinghorn's playing, and be it fullback or be it on the wing, it's just quality footballers across the board. The good vision. Ramos knows to get to the outside. That's easy, looks easy, but really well executed. Really well executed, and you'll be under the post there, and the boys will be looking around each other, looking for answers. And you have to say, this is certainly not how you wanted to start the game, with an accidental offside straight from the kickoff. Go to a scrum penalty advantage on the play here, and gee, it feels like we're in Thoman Park here with the hushed crowd, doesn't it? And that is something that they are famous for in the stadium. One about the only ones in France that actually really do respect the kickers.
Well, that's we love that, and that's a great kick as well from Ramos. Okay, all right. You learn from your mistakes. You've got to just move on quite quickly. And Jean-Noel Spitzer will know that that's not the best start possible. Shift your attention to the restart. And the high ball taken comfortably there by Jack Willis. 27-year-old. 2 seasons, 2 Brenner Shields and 1 Champions Cup. I mean, it's just extraordinary. Not the best of kicks there from Grau. Just off the front of his foot, as you saw it just went high but didn't get the distance.
One of probably the most underrated players in this Toulouse outfit was Paul Grau. Last year was outstanding for them. And obviously playing a lot of rugby with Antoine Dupont with his commitments left, right and centre. And he's a really, really good footballer.
He's originally from Auch as well, so he knows the likes of Gelon and Dupont. Nicely done. Got to make it safe. It's been given away. Marchand picks it up, but it's poached and pinched back. Ruru. Charge, look at this. Bit of noise there to get behind Francisco Gorisen.
They're going to need more than noise. I mean, absolutely monstered at the breakdown at the moment here.
Well, just coming over and trying to get their hands on the ball. Mr. Marbo just telling Julien Marchand that's illegal. And they want to go for 3 points just to, you know, get some points on the scoreboard, surely.
Oh, yeah, no, they need to take the time. They need to play the game at their speed, not to get, you know, caught up by the occasion. Emotionally, you know, there's a lot going on here, and it just try and execute their skills. Just it sort of breaks down here with a little knock on there by Toulouse, and then Toulouse just overcommitting, losing their feet at the breakdown. But just the first couple of carries, you've got to say that Toulouse have really got the measure of them physically, and, you know, no surprise about that. But opportunity for Lafargue to put first points on the ball in the top 14 for Van.
The Stade de la Rabine erupts as the points go up onto the board. All smiles, celebrations. Rugby has arrived in Brittany. And the first 3 points, this is history. And this is a magical moment, of course. Maxime Lafargue, the former Bayonnais, finding his range. Pretty straightforward kick, but it always feels good when you nail it. 3-7. And the high kick. Oh, no, a little bit of a misjudgment, isn't it? As Grau tries to get the ball out, but I think it should be Van who have possession. Well, no, actually, it's going to be Toulouse who have the line out. Let's have a look who had the last touch. Yeah, oh yeah, it was kicked by Grau just off the Van player.
Yeah, the jumping pod there really disconnected there. Metz came in late on Goranson. You've got Nkosi covering him behind. No one's quite sure about what was doing. And that comes from that first miss, that first one. This exit strategy, great kick from Interback, but they've got to get it right. Cannot be scoring points and then just giving opportunities straight back to the opposition. And you know that Toulouse are going to make you pay more often than not.
That's just two starts and two errors, really. Joshua Brennan carries the ball a couple of meters. Head first into this Breton defensive wall. Jack Willis, such an incredible athlete, very intelligent, very smart, but also doing some great things at Toulouse. So difficult to get yourself into that pack, of course. There's a big queue in every position. Tamak, well, Pitaki running into a bit of trouble. There's a good tackle there coming in from that man Medrano, the Argentinian. Ramos, Netty this time, meets his match. Double hits, and they've stolen the ball. Turnover time, Ruru kicks it high. And that
out on the full.
Is a pretty decent clearance.
Thought that was taken back into the 22. They did well, great shot there, straight in on the ball.
That's Vunipola doing really well, isn't it?
Yeah, superb play. I know, it was inside the 22. Well called by the referees. Got that one right? I'll give them one.
Well, there's Michael Roux, of course, from Napier. Saw him play in France for the last few years. Back up into the top 14. Julien Marchand. Nicely done. Flamand does the business. And Tamak, Aki. Whoa, look at that. That's a massive hit, that is. Bring it on. Alex Zarate, the former Stade Francais player. Blair Kinghorn, he's got those wonderful, you know, pegs. They're quite deceivingly difficult to read, aren't they? Go. And Tamak again, Willis. And the former Wasps man takes the ball into enemy territory. Tamak, little chip over the shot. There's no one there. Thomas Ramos is there. Well, he does really well. Offside position. You can't get the ball from that position. And that is just a mistake. Maxime Lafargue.
referee could possibly have interpreted that as a charge down, but that was played. The ball was just hacked through there by who was coming through there. Was that Ramos coming through? But again, that aggressive front line there. And they're going to pick the space in behind here with Van, with the defenders very wide in the backfield.
I think that was something that Jean-Noel Spitzer talked about. He said, in our defensive back line, we're going to be covering left and right rather than in the middle. I mean, you want to cover wherever you possibly can with Toulouse.
That's just it. The threats are everywhere. The vision's everywhere between, particularly when you've got playmakers on the field at 10 and 15 who, really see the game incredibly well, and also at number 9. But these two guys, we've already seen it already here. Ramos will step up and in that number 10, that first receiver position, making good decisions. Intermac will then float out wider. So you're under pressure the whole time as a defensive line. And, I think from a coach's viewpoint, that's what you want to have in attack, is really stressing the defences all the time.
Well, Ramos delivers another 3 points to the Toulouse tally. They move into double figures, 3-10. And the Toulousain supporters who are in town. And there's talk of Antoine Dupont just suggesting that he would like to play centre as well. And Romain Tamac saying he'd like to switch position. I think that the moment that you've got all of your backs who are capable of playing in different positions is a very interesting concept. And, especially if they play as the same level as those natural, players who play in that position.
Well, I'm sure if he was in South Africa, they would probably have already tried him.
Yeah,
they tried him in the back row as well. He's, we know what such an influential footballer he is, that nothing would surprise, I think, the French rugby public and probably the world rugby public now who have watched Dupont just grow and grow into this, quite incredible athlete on the field.
There's the little basket pass there from Kinghorn. Just taking his body the other way. And, of course, defenders will get sucked in. Short pass around the outside. Thumbs up. And a job done extremely well.
One of the strengths of Toulouse rugby is that movement off the ball, the players continually working into space, and the great example of it there with Ramos just getting around the outside, knowing where the space is, and Kinghorn's really adapted to it very well. And it's interesting. There are players who come into Toulouse from the UK, from New Zealand, and I know it appeals to these guys. That they really do enjoy it. It's a different type of coaching. It's a different type of rugby. And having had the opportunity to coach Billy Searle down in Biarritz, he had spent time with Toulouse as a World Cup joker, and he loved the experience. Was raving about that. So Kinghorn has adapted so well, hasn't he? He's really, looks an absolute world beater.
Yeah, and he can play alongside, the flamboyant Paul Costas as well. It's and they understand how to play next to each other, which it's automatic, and I think that's beautiful. Alex Roumat getting a big hit there from Francisco Goddison. That's great work. If you can get to your man as soon as he gets the ball out, whether it's your number 8 or your number 9, and just, cut off the umbilical cord, you're in a very good position, to sort of, scramble and cause some kind of a panic within that Toulouse. The moment that it gets past, your first receiver, that's when you're in, you're in trouble.
You always feel Toulouse are going to get the measure of you when they get in behind you. And here, it's sloppy work at the back of the scrum, really. They'll be very disappointed about that. But great work straight on the ball there, and that's, good to see Goranson having some good moments there from the short side, getting in over that ball in a position. So they've come down. They've only been down in this half for about 2 minutes, but if they come away with points every time, I think, you've got to be encouraged. The only worry is they've got to go and catch a kickoff now, and they've shown an inability to do it so far. But let's just see if Lafarge can stroke this one over. Certainly the first one he hit very nicely. 40 out, 17 in from touch.
Well, it's just brought it around nicely, isn't he?
It's not a great strike, but it's over, and it's no points for artistic style on that one.
But you don't really want to go down that path. It doesn't matter. I mean, if it goes through, it goes through. It's 6-10, so second penalty. Wonder who's going to score the first try for Van in the top 14, because I bet there's been a little bit of a discussion going around, you know, and it would be great to score against Toulouse, wouldn't it?
They've certainly got boys on the outside capable of it.
Communication was good. Nakosi picks up and she comes out of the 22. Ruru tries to dig for it. Flamon gets his big lanky body away from there, and Breslau will give him a little bit of cover. Goes high. The runners are in position. And that was taken back into the 22. It's a mistake, isn't it? Ramos will just look at that and go, look.
Once again, the exit strategy. They've got it wrong, putting themselves under pressure. Is it going to lead to more points? It has every occasion so far has led to points. And just looking at Nakosi there, I'm not sure he did the whole pre-season. He's looking like he's carrying a few extra kilos at this point. But, exciting footballer, though, isn't he, when he's on the ball?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, that just adds to the excitement of him sort of, you know, charging into, you know, the defence. I mean, you know.
Let's just hope he can repeat those efforts.
It reminds me of Tim Nagusa at Montpellier, you know, just coming back from holiday. He was like sort of, you know, a lot bigger than he was before he went on holiday and before he came back for a late start to the season. Still didn't want to get near him. Advantage, that's well played from Intermac. Tries to find the gap. Paul Grau getting the ball out. Another charge. Big man Joshua Brennan just flanked and hit quite hard. Marchand tries to stay on his feet. Spillage, that's going to be a scrum or a penalty because of the advantage. And it's Alex Arate who's been
penalised. He's been really aggressive on defence. Really interesting to note, we've had a couple of wide shots on the defensive line that they are running, that they really are coming from the outside in. They've got their shoulders turned in, so they're telling Toulouse, hey, we're going to be aggressive. We're not going to sit off you. We're going to get in and hit. And it's at the moment, they're actually defending quite well. You just see here on Jack Willis there, Arate's tackling without the ball, but had no real impact on the game. Would have liked to see that one play on a little bit. But there's some good shots going in because Toulouse has seen a change of angle from the defenders. It's not something we see a lot in France of teams defending different ways. We've got La Rochelle, who've always had quite an aggressive defensive line and things like that. But really shooting from the outside there, trying to change the pictures a little bit for Toulouse. And Toulouse, you know they're going to find the answers, how to unlock the defence. But at the moment, you've got to like the effort from Van defensively.
Hugo Mola watches on as Tomo Ramos is about to try and kick another three. He's not going to miss from there, is he? Flags go up, and he's responsible for all 13 points that Toulouse have scored so far. It's 6-13. Thomas Ramos from the Tarn region. Beautiful neck of the woods, of course. And there are 10 players in this starting 15 team for Toulouse who have won 4 Brenner Shields, just to give you an idea of, you know, the rugby DNA and the winning attributes that these players actually have. It's just inbuilt, but they've got the experience, and that's why it makes them so special.
And it doesn't just happen, you know, it's been years and years and years of work and, you know, a lot of respect for the club colours and what they've done, and it's an incredible model.
Here's the local boy. He's from Van, Gwenaël Duplain. Penalty it is. Can't hold the ball on the ground. And when this man's over you, it's going to be very difficult because he rips and he's very good at the jackling. Duplain from Van. He actually played Federal 1 for Van, so he knows exactly what it's like to play, you know, back down 2 divisions down for 10 years before he gets up to the Pro D2. So, I mean,
great story.
It is.
Great story. We just see here, though, when you're at this division, things just happen that much faster. And particularly when you've got the likes of Marshall. The moment they see the ball, they're on it. So strong. And geez, when you've got guns like that, you're going to go. It's going to be pretty hard to shift. A great athlete, Marshall.
Still got lots of players who are out injured, of course. Their front line is actually, the front row is decimated. You've got the likes of Nepolo Lala and Joel Merkler, Marcel Prolimpiato Movaca, of course, and then Cyril Bay with that ankle injury picked up in the final. Final that was one-way traffic, to say the least, down in Marseille. 59-3 back on the 28th of June earlier this year down in Marseille. A humiliation for Union Bordeaux-Bègles, who hit back and beat Stade Francais. There's Paul Grau going on a bit of a wander. And good tackle there just to bring down Marchand. This is where it's dangerous. This is where it's very dangerous. Ramos getting the ball out. Peter Aki, oh, a little bit of spillage, watch out. Well, he won't get the chance to run for that, I'm afraid. Penalty it is.
Another penalty, we come back. See, they're mounting up now, the penalties. Take the 3 points here.
Well, just a question regarding the new rules that have come in. Of course, you know, the croc roll has been completely eradicated, and you will pick up a red if ever you do that. You've got to be careful in the rucks these days. You know, there's no pulling, there's no, like, you know, cheap shots or anything. Your player protection has been brought up to the highest level. Simon, you know, just as the head coach of Portugal, how stringent have these laws been implemented within your group of players and the whole system from World Rugby, because that's all about safety. But we've also got the you know, the free kicks and no scrum directly after that. We will just, you know, it'll be tap or whatever, you know, kick the ball, etc. And then the free kick positions, of course, with, you know, with the kicking game. These are the things that have been brought in.
Yeah, I had a chat down last night. We had the Georgian referee who. Excellent referee. He already did New Zealand, England this year, and will be doing another good kick. He's doing Australia-New Zealand Bledisloe Cup game in August. And I asked him how difficult some of these new rules were to referee, and he's actually saying it's actually a lot easier than the transition, particularly the kicking, the Dupont law that got changed because of players just waiting downfield out of that 10-metre line across the field. And he was saying, you know, that the transition's been really good. And I think we can put a lot of it down to the coaches and their attitude and what the message has been sent to the players. So croc rolls, I think we've seen a couple early on during the Rugby Championship. Top 14, I think we've seen one this weekend. So it's been, you know, I think generally speaking that the coaches, the players, it's you know, just being accurate and making sure that everyone's understanding those rules. But well, of course, we're not going to having as many trial rules as there are in the down in the Southern Hemisphere at the moment.
Nice little pick up here and a good opportunity. Needs to get the ball out there. There's a big charge there from Nkosi, but he needs to get support. Well, there's that spillage. Well, it went backwards, so it's not a problem. As Vunipola with a big charge, he'll take down a couple of players, including that man Netty. As Lafarge getting the ball out. Another big hit coming in. I'd like to see Saley pick up possession at one point. He's very dangerous on the attack. Look a little bit forward there. There's the pickup coming from Medrano. The advantage for... Whoa, a little bit of spillage there. They got the advantage, though. Ange Capuoso will not be able to race off and score with Ramos. Entrepreneurial. I mean, you know,
it just looks a little bit, you know, frenetic at the moment. There's waiting for somebody to try. You know, guys are trying to create things. They're trying to hit through, and you're not going to break down one-on-one. You're not going to win this game. Yeah, you've got to face the reality on that one as the injuries came up that you spoke about earlier, and you've got some pretty good footballers on that list, haven't you?
Yeah, even Castro Ferreira, he is the future of Toulouse, of course, and Rich Yarnold there.
And Portugal, Robbie.
And Portugal as well,
yes,
of course.
French under-20 player, but I'm pretty sure he'll be putting on the blue of France soon enough.
Broken nose, keeping him sidelined, but what an incredible breakout season he had last term.
Certainly was impressive, wasn't he?
No, but it's you know, it's all good to carry the ball and sort of, you know, and provide the human juggernauts to, you know, crash the party and break the defence. But it's also field position. It's work rate off the ball. It's support play. You know, there's so much more to just, you know, carrying the ball into the traffic, right?
Oh, it certainly is. And, you know, these, again, you know, the coaching going on, these guys have been really well educated. Interesting setup here. We've got three guys lined up down the middle. They'll split the defence. They'll have two on either side. Up the front, the holders really stacking up on, well, yeah, so that's why they're stacking up on the left-hand side, because all the players are on the left.
Take it quickly. Here's Ruru. He's going to go a little bit by himself there. Just entering the 22. Lafarge picks it up. Need a little bit of support there. Goddison is the man. See how strong this defence is, picked up by Kalamafoni. Haven't seen Rayassi pick the ball up. There was it goes on a bit of a wander. The deafening sound of these Van supporters getting behind their team.
You're not going to break this defence down with just one pass, though. I'd like to see a lot more movement out the back. The backs are pretty sterile at the moment here. This looks better opportunity, but again, going to carry into contact.
Yeah, but Siley goes down, he wriggles, he manages to get his knees down. There's the man Ruru once again. And
penalty advantage.
It's been picked up there by Rayassi, Celessi Rayassi. There they have got the advantage and they'll try and milk this. Toulouse defence is scrambling. Ruru, again, happy using the forwards a little bit. There's Gorison, emblematic captain, 30 years of age from Argentina, Buenos Aires. Probably feeding off that wonderful victory over Australia yesterday by the Pumas. Another charge, another opportunity. The Jackalers are all about, came off the foot. Now the referee's been blown, we have an advantage here. And they'll probably go for 3 points from here. 2 options for field position.
The sensible one says you've got to take the 3 points. The forwards have just gone through a hell of a shift there. They won't want to take the scrum, surely. No,
there's a few players. There's like the likes of Nkosi just lingering, loitering the telly. You're going to tap it. I thought they were going to tap it. Here we go. Let's see if they can make inroads and breach this Toulouse defence.
Space outside cost here on the left here for the attack if they can hit it.
Well, let's see where they go. Oh, that's a nicely done, nice move. That is Vunapula. Vunapula trying to go close. They've got over the line, but it's been held up.
Nice movement, good deception there as Ruru really Ramos threw the ball away. Really nice switch, well worked. Thought they, I wasn't sure who picked. Was it who picked and took that one by themselves? The last carry was possibly just a little bit isolated and well defended though. They're not going to give you anything, these Toulouse guys. Not going to give you a thing.
Kick out from try line, but big bounce picked up. Opportunity, give it to the big man. Callum, big charge there from Joseph Edwards, the New Zealander, former Provence player. Here's a big unit. Nicely done by Lafarge. Get the ball out to Nkosi. Let him go, let him go. Well, he is going. Ruru picks it up, looks for a bit of support, tries to dummy. Doesn't really get everybody going his way. Nice charge again from Patrick Liafa. Ruru picks it up. The big man, Kalamafoni, vice-captain of this Van team. Vunipola needs a little bit of support. Using the big man this time is Francisco Gorison, the open side flanker. Tacklers need to release the tackler. Toulouse being warned there by Monsieur Marbeau. Jack Willis. Constantly in at the breakdown. Well, has he got his hands on the ball?
I think he's done it, Marchand again.
Joshua Brennan trying to get his hands on the ball. There's the clearance, very messy, isn't it? Who's got it now? It's like anybody's ball, isn't it? It's been picked up by Toulouse. I think there's a little bit of a hesitancy and you can't hesitate. You have to go in for it. Good work there from Francois Cross. He really is, a difficult player to deal with at the breakdown. But it's been picked up once again. Going around the outside by Duplen. Arm came off the body there. A bit concerning. Bressler,
no
trip. That's Joshua Brennan on the radar. The referees don't react. Gorison picks it up. Ruru unable to do anything there. And there's Paul Grau. He's going on a bit of a wander. Is there anybody there to pick it up? It's been picked up by Ramos on Capuoso. The race is on. Well, Lafarge, he gets past him into the hands of Rumat. That is sensational. If it's a flat pass, then it's going to count. Wonderful stuff. But they just exploited and took full advantage.
Public aren't happy, and I could probably understand why. It looked like maybe 2 forward passes and a potential knock-on. I'm pretty sure he'll go back and have a look at one there when Grell replayed the ball on the ground to himself. He got back up. It's just, are we going to see it all? There it is there. That's all right. We're all good here to this point. I thought he had to make this pass earlier. And it's just this action here. I felt it possibly went forward. And, wow, goodness me, that.
Well, he lost possession. The ball was actually on the ground. He didn't have his hands on that. That doesn't look too bad, but I think it's the moment when Grau actually loses possession.
Yeah,
if there is separation, if there's separation, then it won't. That should be picked up on.
Yeah, just sadly the production team didn't let the one run through for maybe the referees to have a look at. I think he's going to have a look at it. No, he's not. Well, he still has time. Of course, they can come in, the television match officials can come in right up until before the ball is kicked off. And maybe this replay might, well, we're not going to see it from behind to see which way the ball went forward.
And then we just see what's the finished piece from Alexandre Roumat.
And it was much better rugby in the build-up, though, wasn't it? But then when it got slowed down again, got into an arm wrestle, one pass rugby, that's no good. But the build-up was really good, a lot more positive, a lot more ball movement. I think they've got to stay on, they've got to try and push on that. And already now the score blows out to 23 points to 6, 30 minutes in. And you don't feel Varna played badly.
No, you don't.
You know, they're here, they're committed, they're tackling, they're working.
That's great play, isn't it, from Duplain? Just wriggles out of the tackle. It's been picked up by Celeste Reassi. And up to the halfway line. Ruru goes digging for the ball. Gets it out to Vunipola. Lafarge moving forward with Kalamafoni. Picked up by Nkosi. His pass was a line pass. He got wrapped a little bit by Paul Costas, who's a very difficult player to deal with. And but that pass should have gone into his teammates' hands.
Yeah, that's really sloppy play there on the outside, and it's it all just looks a little bit one pace, and it's going to take them time to get used to the pace of the game. There's a lot. There'll be so many learnings to be taken out of this occasion tonight, and you just don't want them to get absolutely run over. I really hope that they can stay in this, and but they've got to be looking to string passes together and stay positive.
Well, since the top 14 exists, as a third time a promoted team plays the defending champions. Toulon against Biarritz 2005, it finished 10-20. Paris against Pau in 2015, 34-18. Do you know who the two coaches were at that time?
Oh, it was a guy called Mannix who used to make a lot of noise on the sideline.
I think was it Casada, I think, at 50. Yeah, he's the other coach. Yep. Picked up Ansgar Puozo. There he is, the Italian, the wily Italian. Paul Grau, Marchand, Toulouse. Oh, there you go. The Breton instruments are coming out. Maybe that will, conjure up a bit of wizardry from the home team. And Tamak getting the ball out, Thomas. Oh, that's nicely done. Good challenge. Saley doing really well, getting a big hit in and stealing the ball. That's fantastic play. Got to get up there quick before they actually get the chance to release. So that fast acceleration from Saley, doing a really good job.
But they're just chasing, aren't they? They really are. They're just holding on, and physically the guys look knackered. The movement off the ball. This is tough because you're carrying into contact. There's a lot of one-pass rugby, and now you've got to be careful here. This game could get away from you pretty quickly.
Well, Ramos kicks the ball down, picked up once again. And straight into the hands of Ramos. He's going to kick it, and Tamak's going to go. Well, that's just too far. Maybe a mark will be made this time.
Good evidence of the players understanding the rules, walking backwards to where the ball is going to be kicked from. Just, you don't have to run. You've just got to show the referee that you're in movement. You're just not standing still. So, good understanding there by both sides in that kick exchange. Really impressed with Martian's throwing tonight. Their line-out work is spot on straight away, isn't it? When you've got targets like Roumat and Flamand, I understand it's a lot easier because these guys are really quick on the ground and technically getting great lifts as well. But it's their line-out's been really impressive.
But it's it's a drill. It's a drill that's been drilled in. I think they just do it so often that they know exactly where they're going. They know their codes. They've got a pure understanding. This will probably be botched now, but it's it's
Well, it was
Toulouse.
such an important part of the game today, and we see teams that make some breaks, certain teams, certain games, and we looked at La Rochelle today. I think they lost about 8 or 9, or maybe 8 lineouts. Here we go.
Great opportunity here with Siley. The ball squirms out the side, has been picked up by the New Zealander, and a little bit of protection there. You've got to protect it, otherwise it's going to be problematic. Patrick Leaffa. No hands on the ball for Jack Willis. Ruru picks it up. Charge from Edwards this time. Ruru, short pass, no, he tries to go himself. Joshua Brennan is the player who meets him. The big man, Fabrice Metz, 34 years of age. 200 matches playing in the top 14. Well, there's not much space to try and get through the gate there from that man, Reassi. Advantage, Goreson. Now let's see. Well, it's a
knock-on by.
Knock-on.
Yeah. The assistant referee came in with that call for him, and I would like to see them move the ball more. They've just fallen into a trap of thinking one pass is going to do it. It's Varn have played that way with they were able to overpower teams in Pro 2 because they had the power, but you're outmatched, you're outmuscled here. So you've got to be thinking, okay, what can we do? What can we do differently? With Ruru running really well around the base, you'd like to see him just maybe putting it behind the back, putting it behind those forwards, getting the backs into it, getting Saili involved, just shifting that point of contact a little bit wider. This is all too easy for Toulouse at the moment to defend.
Flexion. Lié.
advantage. And a penalty. Well, it's Dorian Aldegheri just going in a little bit too quickly. Simabo not happy with that. Great opportunity. So what you do here, you've got a 17 points.
How many lineouts have they had in the game? I think they've only had one lineout. Have they had one throw?
I don't think that they've had a lineout.
I don't think they've had a throw. Yeah.
It's a good opportunity. Let's see what they can do. So let's see who the jumpers are, of course. Breslau, they have had a line out because Breslau won that one line out just at the halfway line.
You're right, good call, Robbie. Jeez, you're on it tonight, mate. New season.
Yeah, you gotta just put my socks up for the start of the season. It's super important. Let's see what Patrick Leaffa can produce here. Breslau takes it cleanly. There are cavalry. 6-7 meters out. Leaffa picks the ball up, stays out of trouble, needs to shift now. Simabo will want to see some movements. Look at that Toulouse defense. Now they've got to get it out. The referee says you've got to play it. He's going to get picked up for it, otherwise there's Raro. Goes on a bit of a dance and a move, picked up by that man Breslau. The cavalry arrive, they want that try desperately, don't they? Leaffa's over it, but he's got to wait for someone else. Big charge coming through, this time from Metz. Players coming in. Ruro getting the ball out. Oh, it's just come off the fingertips of Saili. The pass to him wasn't great. Very, very unfortunate for Van. You knew that he would have picked it up and he wasn't too far out and probably would have got himself over.
One-on-one situation there, you'd back him. But just a little bit sloppy there, the line-out. Metz was a little bit disconnected there on the lift on... and it just got... They weren't able to get the drive going really well. Ref calls to play it. They were still moving forward. And then just there, untidy. Lack of execution, yeah. You feel the frustration for them. They're trying hard. They're getting closer. Try before half-time would be outstanding for them. Really would. It bring them back in to within 10 points going at half-time.
Would love that. They would love to get points from this play, you know, just to have something, you know, that they can feed off going into the second half. We've got a little bit of a breeze here, but there's no wind advantage for the two teams, just so you know. So we just saw the reaction from Mathieu Cidre, who's one of the coaches. Also got Gulvin Le Garec, of course. You recognise that surname. It is, of course, the father of Nolan Le Garec, the Racing number 9.
Soon to be La Rochelle next season.
That's right, yep.
Exciting times here with some of the names being, with Damien McKenzie being lined up to come in at La Rochelle. And
confirmed only this weekend, I think.
Oh, really? Well, there we go.
Roumat.
Merci. No. Pardon.
Edwards told to stay out. Flamon doesn't take the ball. It's Tamac who smashes it very high. That's a wonderful kick, isn't it?
There's just your difference, isn't it? The execution, getting out of your troubled area when you're under pressure. Very cool head. Nothing seems to faze this guy, does it?
And he's been hit. He's been hit very hard in the past, of course. Yeah. You know, remember that UJ Sutani hit?
I think so. I think, albeit, international football, a great international football, I still think he's underrated just because of the fact he's playing outside Dupont the whole time. But he does, the balance is so good between the two of them. And, we've seen that work so well, not only for France, but, every other weekend for...
Saley trying to bring down Cost. Such a shame. Such a shame that he missed the Rugby World Cup, of course, after that injury against Scotland in Saint-Etienne literally 13 months ago. No need to continue. Peru getting a little bit excited on when he saw Ramos.
I think when they get into the, go into the changing room, there'll be some talk amongst the Toulouse boys that, hey, they're starting to take it to us. They're trying to put the big shots in. They're carrying hard. The boys are going to front up. I think they're just starting to see that sort of tackle going in there. There's been a little bit more of that coming in. She's lucky he wrapped on that one. Costa showed great strength, though, didn't he, to power through that?
I rate him. So he's such a wonderful player, and he's bided his time and picked his moments. But when he gets on the pitch, he's such a difficult player to deal with. I mean, he's fast, fleet-footed, but he's so strong in defence as well. I don't know. I'm a big fan. He represents flamboyant French rugby for me. And Simon Mannix doesn't agree with me. Yet. Well, that's Altagary's on the referee's radar.
Oh, totally. Second scrum penalty.
Hey, if he can send this down into the corner. And that is a great kick. Look where the linesman even knew where it was going to land. This is the opportunity. This is the platform. 7 points from this, and a 10-point lead going into the locker room.
What do you think they're going to do? Take it through the middle? That's where I'm pretty sure. I don't think they'll want to risk taking something with some sort of movement. I think it'll be very just straight up and down, in your face. Can you stop us?
Listen, it's, when cavalry arrive and just keep the ball safe at the back. Watch out for Liafa. He will be making it safe. Bressler goes up. No, he doesn't. Gorison dropped off. Nicely done into the hands of Kalamafoni. Needs support. Cavalry need to keep the ball carrier very close. That's been knocked forward, I think, there by Toulousain. Jackal is left, right and centre. Well, it's an opportunity, couple of blocks there, and you could see it. I think Edwards was one of them. Can't make mistakes like that.
Again, it comes back to what we mentioned earlier. Just gets a little bit individual, doesn't it? And it sort of breaks down, the systems break down. Great move off the top here. Shifted it well, carried really nicely into contact. And then you felt the players didn't quite know where they were going. So they really, Toulouse were playing the option. I thought they'd just tap it, go into touch. But no, they want to play. So that sort of says where they're feeling, that they're obviously a little bit disappointed, and they think, hey, we got to keep attacking them here.
But it's you hit the nail on the head when you talked about playing individual performances. This is not about scoring the first try for a team playing their first game in the top. This is about fronting up and getting a good result. The season's super long. You want to avoid relegation if you're a promoted team. So you've got to make the right decisions. It's a team sport. Be smart.
Okay.
Ball's out. Grau Aki, oh, an opportunity here. It's picked up. Is he going to kick it out? Well, he's got to be careful here, Aki. They're not going to...
I think they want to put this out
Yeah,
straight away.
yeah. I mean, you know, the intelligence of Jack Willis. I think he heard a few Hugo Moto and a few other players. Just get rid of it. You know, why shoot yourself in the foot? Well, listen, I think that there's some positives. There's also some negatives in this Van performance. But you can most definitely say that, you know, Toulouse have brought a big team here. And they're putting up a pretty good showing so far. But not a great showing because they're being ruffled a little bit.
Totally, they haven't. So your conditioning has to be that much higher as well. But what I do like is they're a club that's never got beyond themselves, and they never overspent in Pro 2. They never said this is the year and we're going to make a massive plunge and spend a lot of money getting players in. It's just been a gradual progression, but it's always been about that progression. And you know, there's a lot of consistency about what they've done, but you just don't want them getting behind early in the top 14 of the table, being stuck at the bottom early on, and then you know that changes. It's a different mindset.
It's psychological, isn't it, to a certain extent? Second half underway. RC Van up against Toulouse, and
man in front.
There's we're going straight back.
Oh dear.
Player, there's the winger, I think, who was just a little bit too quick. I'll put my money on it. It's Nkosi.
Well called.
And just a little bit quick off the mark. Straight back up. And a scrum.
And again, you can't have that. That's just, you know, like the first kick-off reception from Nkosi, the accidental offside. Now this, you know, see if this leads to a try.
And Nkosi's the top Cattles player.
Yeah,
he's
a top 14 player. He's an exceptional rugby player. Just, you know, I've got to say he's so far out of condition that, you know, he's adding absolutely no value to his team here. And I think that's going to be a major problem to get him into match fitness to play and perform in the top 14. There's so much work to do with him.
Paul Grau digs for the ball, gets it out. Here's Roman Tomac, waits, gets to Peter Aki, and Ruru brings him down. Grau, little switch pass to Joshua Brennan.
Penalty advantage.
And it's offside position there for Bresla. Paul Cost passing the ball. It's Kinghorn. Bides his time, tries to get the ball to Marchand. Drops the ball, penalty advantage over on the other side. Now where are they going to go? They probably fancy their chances kicking into the corner.
Oh, without a doubt. No, he wants the 3 points. But it's the first time we'd seen an actual, you know, a decent fluid movement out of the Toulouse side there. They were held their feet really nicely coming around the corner and just weren't able to connect. Capuzzo wasn't able to connect with Kinghorn.
So Ramos is obviously going to ask for the tee and try and knock this over.
Pragmatic.
Sometimes, you know, it's good. And this is
Toulouse.
Yeah, but this is respect as well. You know, this is respect for Van, and I like that. You know, I mean, you don't want to take anybody for granted, and even the promoted teams. And in fact, you know, some of the times that Toulouse have actually, you know, taken on promoted teams, they played 33, and they got 17 wins, 3 draws, and 13 losses. So against promoted teams in the past, away. At home, they've won 32 from 32.
That's not too bad.
Ramos converts. 26 points, a 20-point lead here for Toulouse.
21 points so far for him. Another good day out. Doesn't miss many, does he?
He's
phenomenal.
He's clinical. I mean, you know, he's studious, isn't he? Matthew Seed watches on. Studious, works really hard. A lot of these guys, they graft so much.
It's not by chance he's that good.
No, that's true. A bounce before the ball collected comfortably by Grau. He hits a decent clearance kick up towards the halfway line, watched on by Gwenel Duplain.
So we just see the difference in how easy that is. A poorly struck kick. Okay, we had a man in front straight away. That's cost them 3 points. Poorly struck kick there. No one could contest. Wasn't sure where he was putting it. That's too easy. It's an easy out for Toulouse. And Toulouse, you just don't want to give them anything easy.
Well, it's a line out that's been taken quite easily. Patrick Leaffer unable to get that to his man. Is Kinghorn with his kick. Straight down the middle. Outside of the 22 this time.
Encore. Okay.
Thumped up into the 22.
That's a win. Win for Toulouse. Good pressure.
Not the best of kicks from Duplan. Good to see lots of the Gwen Hadou, the Breton flags everywhere here at the Stade Toulousain. Travelling down to Paris, you know, Stade Francais, Jean-Bouin next weekend. That'll be a different experience, won't it?
Well, particularly after Stade Francais' non-performance last night at UBB. Well, really surprised to see them ship 46 points, wasn't it? The best defence without a doubt last year in the top 14. Really well organised. I think Paul Gustard's done a great job since he's arrived there. And, they'll be asking some hard questions after that one last night. But Bordeaux looked really good, didn't they?
Very
Superstar
strong
backline.
Yeah, and their forwards did really well to make sure that those boys got possession. Little grubber kick down into the 22. It needs to be dealt with very quickly. This is not bad at all. Good offload into Gwenel's hands. Saley, look at the way that he goes. That's nicely done. Good tackle there coming from that man, Ramos. Oh. Little chip, maybe a little chip. Well, there was a good option there. He's teasing the Toulouse defence. And watch out, Jack Willis has got his hands on the ball. That is going to be Van who have possession.
I think he's probably called just for losing his feet there, and then looking that way. He got onto it quick enough. Good penalty for Van.
Oh, that's Mr. Marbo's call.
But it was good they tried something from the back this time. Don't fall into the kick exchanges. Let's try and be positive about what they can do. That's a great nudge too. Beautiful kick. Outstanding.
Sensational, isn't it?
Yeah.
He definitely is a warhorse, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Marco Vunipola, 79 matches played for England, Wellington born, 33 years of age, and he'll be enjoying this. He'll have a...
Wellington born, there we go. Rob, thanks for that. I didn't realise he was Wellington born.
Yeah. Patrick Liaffa needs to get this right. It goes high. Oh, that's just too easy, isn't it? And easily taken there by Cross. That should have been in the hands of a white jersey player. And Groh kicks the box. Kick over the top. Nkosi. Oh, spillage there from the Fijian.
We've seen them over the years do some amazing things on the rugby field in the top 14. I just come back to it. You've got to present yourself in great condition to be, and each mistake you make is going to be more and more frustrating. Yeah.
They're just little things, aren't they? But the little things matter.
Massive, and they just compound and you compound, and it's just brilliant touch finder. Bang, you lose the line out. Bang, you knock on here, and changes it. Well, Toulouse have gone early to the bench.
Yeah, David Anu scored their first try in the final of the Top 14 against UBB for an American. All of our American fans watching, and Tio Ntamak comes on for Willis. Santiago Medrano on the referee's radar on that occasion.
Ntamak, 20 years of age?
Tio, 22.
22, okay. Good footballer as well, isn't he?
Well, he started at the age of 5. I mean, obviously. Influenced by the by his dad.
His older brother's quite good too.
His older brother's quite good, yeah.
Some pretty famous names out there, really, aren't there? When you've got the Ntamak, Cost as well.
Yeah. Rumat
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brennan.
Brennan, of course, yeah, for sure. The driving maul, the Toulouse Centurions, Romanesque as they are, with Marchand at the back, trying to carry that final leg. Edge of the 22.
Vunipola did really well to slow that down.
Well, that's one of his fine traits, isn't it? Just, you know, allowing his teammates to get back into position as he just gets his grapple hooks on a player. That's a big hit from Bressler. Tries to go for the ball as well. That's frustration because they wanted to keep hold of the ball. You can't do that. And Netty getting a masterclass in some good physical action there by Bressler.
Again, I just would like to see Toulouse, you know, shifting the ball a bit more as well. You don't want them falling into one-offs. Oh, goodness me. It's 140 odd kilos to deal with.
Manny Miafu.
Miafu.
Oh, let's just look at that.
Big man.
And he got back up on his feet, didn't he? Wrestler, he got tackled off the ball.
Got rolled out of it. Yeah.
That was Netty, who's
right on top of that.
There you go. And I think Joshua Brennan's going to come off. Miafu will replace the Dublin-born French international. Van der Merwe, Christian Van der Merwe, coming on for Bressler. Lafarge, Beziat for Liafa. Penalty.
One thing they're really asking the players to get out of that ruck area, you know, getting out of that tackle area sideways. I think it's what there's been a lot of penalties in the ruck area tonight. Has been pretty untidy. Oh dear.
No, that's great. That's great kicking.
Kick. Yeah,
he's really, you know,
no,
precision kicking, isn't he, Maxime Lafarge?
Rightio, can we get it right this time here? He's got to hit his number.
Translate that, Si.
Yeah, I was all over that one.
No, a caramel is not. It's not a sweet, because a caramel means a very big hit, doesn't it? A big tackle where you actually, you know, make the ground shudder. That's what they call it in France. A great name. Il a fait un gros caramel.
No, he can't pull the 9, and he's changing his mind every time. I'm sorry, but you've got to call this early. He wasn't fine. He was swimming through it the whole time. That should have been penalised straight away. He let it go on, and then only... Yeah.
Say no more. You know, that would probably help Van's cause if they had a player less on the pitch to lose. To what extent, I don't know. They go again. The trouble is, there you go. That's, look at him. That's a little bit naughty. He's looking over to the referee. Change of plan here as he's swimming. The hands, the size of grapple hooks.
Man, such a big man.
Nicely taken there from Garrison. Now, they've lost a lot of defenders there. It's a good opportunity for Van, driven sideways. Good charge. Can they score the try? Held up just there by Beziat, the replacement hooker. Van looking for their first try. They have it. It's Mako Vunipola, the new recruit, the English international, former Saracens man. And he has gone down in history. What a moment for these fans. What a moment for him. But for the club, that means the world. It's the start of the new season. And Van will enjoy every single second of that.
They certainly will. I thought it was really poorly refereed. There was cheating on the outside here with the way they set that ball up here. Didn't see it from that angle. But then you've got to love the body position here from Vunipola. He's always winning the shoulder battle there, got under the shoulders and in for the try, but I think the referee really missed a trick there. It was an illegally formed ball with players well ahead of the ball. But sort of wakes everything up here now, doesn't it? kicks this goal, brings it back to 26-13.
Oh, nicely done. Now that was a nicely connected conversion. 13-26. And Olivier Clouarec, the president of this RC Van team, watches on. First try of the season. Will there be many more to come? I'm sure there will. It's a long season.
Changes been made, new players coming on, particularly in the Toulouse outfit there, and it's momentum swings, and this could be something that if they keep going for another 10 minutes here and get a couple of good bounces, couple of breaks, and get themselves back into this one. You just feel Toulouse have been lulled into a false sense here, haven't they?
Yeah, but that's the best way to play them and beat them, isn't it?
Oh, totally.
It's the only way to play them and beat them, I think.
Break up their rhythm.
You know, they're such a well-structured team, although they're fully capable of playing with lots of panache. There's Theo and Tamak getting the ball out. Well, the ball's been chucked down. That's gone forward, and that is going to be a scrum. And again, the feathers have been ruffled. Great work there from the captain, the former Jaguares man, Francisco Goreson, getting in the way, doing the dirty work, and making it possible for them to just lose possession. It's good work from Vunipola, in fact, who came right across.
He tracked back really well here. Let's see if they can negotiate the scrum here. The last scrum was a penalty for Toulouse. I'd like to see them play out of here. Put a couple of passes together.
Scrum's collapsed, but it's not a problem. There's Lafarge with the kick into the 22, Ramos.
Encore.
What a kick.
They're playing. Needs a little bit of support there, Duplan. Vunipola enjoying a little bit of a battle there. David Anu unable to get his hands on that. Scooped up into the Kinghorn. No contact. Nikosi pleads guilty, innocent there, of course. There's Costas. Oh, that was so close, wasn't it? Celeste Rayasi, you see the interception and the runaway, but it was just a little bit too short for him to catch.
Really tentative attack there from Toulouse. Look, they got numbers around here. At this point, you're just drifting across field, and I think he's got to straighten up the whole attack there and just drifting. The defence was able to shift across comfortably and cover it off, and well, as I say, a little bit of luck, a charge down, something here, an interception. They're staying in it. You feel the crowd are back in the game. They can, the try scorer coming off.
Vunipola, Mukoro of the former Racing man, 22 years of age. He's a big guy as well. He'll come on to replace him. So a direct replacement. What a moment. Mako Vunipola. And Santiago Medrano replaced by the big man, Panga Kalasio Tafili, Wallace and Fortuna, former SC Tula player, 37 years of age, big unit. Rumat Grau, Peter Aki, where are they going with this? Oh, it's a wild pass, look at that. And into the hands, he's been snagged, isn't he, Ange Capuoso? Here come the rumblers of RC Van. They picked up possession. Well, that's a wild pass, isn't it? But they still, how they kept hold of that ball, I really don't know. Taken forward to Philly. Philly's big. He'll carry the ball. Ruru, good charge, good pass, Kalamafuni this time.
Oh, Ruru.
Need to get out of there. Francois Cross not getting out of the tackle. Well, there's Miafu. Couldn't get his hands on the ball. Charge coming this time from Theo Beziat, the former Narbonne Province hooker. Kuro getting involved. It's there for the taking. Nicely done. Picked up by Duplen. Have to find a solution around the. There's a kick over the top. It's the bounce has been made. You've got to tackle. Well, there he is, Romain Tomac. He's been tackled. Two Jackalers. Can they get their hands on the ball? Well, they're very lucky there, aren't they?
Yeah, just a little bit of inaccuracy there, weren't they? Should have had that one, and Ramos knows that he's got to find touch, and he doesn't.
But who's going for it? You've got to go for it. Oh,
Kinghorn is on his own. He did really well there.
Well, he's strong, isn't he, Rayasi? But and he still manages to just gain a couple of meters, make himself available. That's great. That's great work.
Just it was interesting, wasn't it? Notice just how Toulouse won the race back to everything there. They, Kinghorn was surrounded by 4 or 5 players and was still able to make it difficult. And then all the Toulouse players covered the field, and we're just straggling back. Came Van, and that's just that difference, that reaction, that transition play. To switch it on, to keep the speed up, and then therein lies the difference. And this is what they're going to be. They're going to be confronted with this every single week. So, some good learnings. But back they come down attack. This is where you'd think Toulouse step up their efficiency now and try to shut this game out.
But what I saw there was the moment that the kick went over the top from Ramos. They were slow to react. In the top 14, you've got to race onto that. That was a golden opportunity to pick it up and race off and have your cavalry come and help you out, as we see Naoto Saito, the 26-year-old Japanese number 9, along with Guillaume Cramon, the replacement hooker. So Grau and Marchand will be heading off for a little moment as we enter the 60th minute. This is Grau, David Anu. Oh, it's just so easy. That is a brilliant break. Look at that. An easy pass into the hands of Theo and Tomac. And what about that? He sliced the defence in two.
Well, it was all done by Grau, wasn't it? He saw the defence sat back, they're tired, and that's the moment. And we know the quality of the French number 9s, and Grau is, he's another top-class French number 9. Every club's got them. And there he was just able to pick that off there, isolate the defender there in that post position. Tafiti just couldn't get off. And with a number 9, when you don't shift and you're holding your feet, support players are always going to be coming from behind the number there for the Toulouse player. And Grau knew he had Intermac there, and that's well played. And that's the time to do it. Just when they need to turn it up, when they need to find that little bit more, this is what they do. And now, we can talk about all their experienced players, all the titles they won. There's a lot of inexperience out here on the field now, and particularly they've got this young Japanese number 9, well, young in terms of experience, played in France with his first game. But they go with it. They're happy to make those decisions. There's no reluctance to put the young guys out there. Oh, goodness me, I thought he was going to have his first miss of the night, but no.
13-33, 20-point lead back in place for Toulouse here. The Stade Toulousain, the first try of the season for Theo Untermack. 3 tries in 14 appearances. Now he can say it's 4 tries in 15 for him. You talked about Grau. He's the most. He's made the most decisive passes or try-scoring passes in the top 14 last season. 14 in total. So that's number 15, if you like. If we add this season on to the last.
Oh, no, he's and obviously, it's all about the quality of the athletes playing around you, and he's surrounded with, we know it's quality across the field, but you've got to do your job, and he's an outstanding footballer.
Here he is, Saito. Decent box kick, straight out and into the stands, and it'll be a line out for Van. They've got to just try and, reposition themselves, reset their minds and say, okay, it's happened. Now let's start sort of, focusing on us.
Well, they had a 10-minute period there where if they'd come away with another try, you felt this would have been game on till the end. But now it's just that it was the chase back. It was the lack of energy that, and they've given everything. That you just felt that Toulouse were just going to step it up there. But here we go. We're going to have a crack, which is what we want to see them doing.
It's a little bit better, isn't it? Big charge. Oh, that's a very late hit there coming in from Miafu. I don't know if referee's going to react to that. Verge has come on for cross. Yeah, he'll get picked for that. I think Miafu, the referee's talked about it. Boulier comes on for Metz. And Debase on for Duplan.
Advantage.
There you go, the hand goes up. It's a late hit.
It's a second advantage. They may come back, the referee may come back for that one.
Well, there's the kick from Debase. It's gone over the line. Well, it's been kicked out there by Capuoso. We got the advantage, of course. He's an interesting player. I like the 23-year-old former Palois, of course.
Oh, really nice footballer. Really good footballer. Played at 10 and 15 for Van last year. Came as a medical joker towards the end of the season. Was loaned out by Section Palois. Had signed a contract with Biarritz and obviously won promotion with Van last year and negotiated his way out of that one to sign a full-time contract in Van. And got to say, knowing the young man, delighted for him.
That's good. Monturi. Well, that was the hit. Oh, that's didn't look like there was a big wrap in there either. Miafu a little bit lucky there.
Very lucky.
On the referee's radar as well from previous attempts of bringing down the 9. Taken very well from Boulier. But they need a little bit of movement here. This is where they managed to get their try, working really hard. Driving maul.
Advantage.
And it's Guillaume Cramon who just found himself in an offside position. They need to reorganise. They need to find the energy. Charge coming in from the captain, Gorisson.
But it's all in ones and twos, Robbie. You just want to see it connected, take your time. You've got big men on the field now. You can win these collisions.
You got fresh legs as well with some of the new players as well. There's a charge.
Going off by himself. Nikosi's, he was
through. Charge coming this time. Oh my word! There it is. Christian van der Merwe.
He's not really excited, but I don't know the man. Maybe he's not an emotional type. No, he thinks he's short, doesn't he?
We've got a penalty though, regardless. So.
I thought he'd got there.
Absolutely not celebrating.
No, he's not.
I mean,
he's a man of few words. Man of few words.
Yeah, definitely is. He's very discreet, He rarely shows emotion.
No.
Former Nevers player.
Oh no, he doesn't lose it, surely. That's a try.
That's a try. Why? He is a man of very few emotions.
Yeah. Well done.
He just can't believe it.
He believes he's lost it.
There we go. Come on. Christian van der Merwe, celebrate. Let's see a smile. You're going to eke out a little smile, a little grin or something. Saley.
Oh, the reaction said it all, didn't he? Said, oh, no. Well done.
18:33, second try for Van. That's a good time to score, isn't it? And the discipline could come and, clip their wings a little bit, They've got to be careful.
That's a bad miss.
Not a good kick.
No.
18:33. Well, let's just have a look at this again. Well, he just manages to go through Romain Tomac.
Oui, mais donc tu fais rentrer un joueur à la place. Arrêt du temps.
15 minutes to go. Trailing by 13, you say okay, but it's trailing by 15 now, 3 scores behind.
Theo Beziat will go off, and Patrick Liaffa comes back on. Jules Lebaille Of course, we know him from La Rochelle, from Nantes, loves the West Coast, of course, and here he is, getting his chance to show what he's capable of doing in the top 14. Went backwards, that's not a problem, you've got to play it. That went forward there by Lebel, surely. Well, sneaky kick, not a bad one.
It's Ramos, isn't it? You know, just the intelligence there. Seize the space, take the space. It's not always about just, you know, just want to throw the big wide passes to get it there. Allow recovery time for the defence. Saw it early. He knows he's got the speed on the outside, and in a foot race, it's going to be, you know, that's an easy win for the young Italian.
Yeah, got to win this. Well, this line-out's been won.
The line-out's been improved sort of as the second half's gone on, hasn't it? They've you know, started to secure the ball, the scrum's been better. So, you know, positive signs. The set pieces held up okay. First half.
Chulabai, he's kind of hooked that, hasn't he? Just pulled it straight up rather than going for a little bit of distance, opening the foot up a little bit. So it'll just offer a decent attacking platform here for Toulouse. And now they've got Lebel on. I mean, you know, we'll see what happens. But the interesting thing is that we've got Naoto Saito, who's got a set piece. Let's see how he works that as we see Flamon just heading off.
He's had another very good game, hasn't he?
I mean, you've got to rate.
I'm not sure what his numbers are. But I don't feel he plays a lot of rugby with Toulouse. He says, you know, he seems to go through these periods of injuries. He's out for some time, you know, out for 2 months, 3 months.
There's a cross. Some of these little things are just working in their favour, and you know, they'll take whatever they possibly can. I think they've got to understand that, you know, some teams in the top 14, and I think we can pick out Castres as being a good example. They know how to unplay their opponents.
Totally.
You know, RC Van have got to really sort of, you know, probably try and use that as also one of their arms to sort of break down their opponents, because they're fully capable. Oyana did it, Ajan did it.
Right,
you know,
how to frustrate the opponent. We're not going to outplay them, so we're going to, you know, try to bring them down to a level where they get frustrated, where they can't impose their game. And whether it's, you know, you'll have certain teams who'll have an awful lot of injury breaks, and you'll see front rowers going down the whole time. Here's a chance.
Here we go. Well, a quick tackle there on Nkosi. That's a good pass into the hands of Edwards, Joe, as if Edwards, I'd like to see a little bit more of him. Some good running. Good charge there coming from Van der Merwe, score the second try. That's a big hit, that is. And the referee's okay with that. You're an offside. Oh, it's been chucked back. He's actually okay, but needs to let go of it now. Saito.
Oh, dear, he has to be penalised, surely, there, Labai.
I mean, that is cynical.
Yeah.
The first time I thought, okay, well, he's in that position, you know, but to hold on to the ball and try and play it,
just worked it back, yeah. Well, the challenge here for Toulouse is to score very quickly within the next 2 or 3 minutes to go and try, you know, give themselves an opportunity to hunt a bonus point victory now, which that's the kick to start it with.
Only Clermont have picked up a bonus point in the first round of the top 14 against Pau in Auvergne yesterday. Big victory for Christophe Orias and his men. This is going to be an interesting, you know, it's a dry night here, remember, in Auvergne. Wait till we get to December, November.
Yeah.
Maybe October.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can get dirty nights in Brittany sometimes. It's going to, you know, play to their advantage.
It's a tough trip. It's a tough trip for guys, tough place to get to for guys as well. And, you know, you can have that, you know, that fatigue from the long bus trips or flights and things like that when you're just coming in just the day before the game. So
good defence to drive back Lebel. Oh, he's been knocked off the ball as well. Saito gets it out, does really well to get the ball into the hands of Guillaume Cramont. There it is, it's there for the taking. Good work, picked up there by Mukoro. Oof, that hurt quite a lot. Yeah, it's going to go back to the knock-on. But you've also got to look at it in the other way. The players in RC Van, the team, will spend less time at home because they've got to travel more as well, because it's a difficult place to get to.
Yeah.
So you don't actually fly into Van.
No,
literally, you've got to, you've got to go on the coach, or you've got to, you can fly to Brest.
Or Nantes potentially.
Nantes or Brest. So you're literally halfway between the two.
Yeah, you'd have an hour's, an hour's bus trip after arriving, after an hour and a half flight from somewhere and things like that. And they all play into it. That there's long trips and. Guys, we've got to go up there. It's going to be 5 degrees. The wind's going to be whipping
and
in.
it's going to play in.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And we've seen some teams, get a lot of home success on the back of that. Wernax was always an incredibly tough road trip for everybody.
Aurillac,
yeah.
I mean, go to Aurillac in the middle of winter.
Yeah, we could go in the middle of summer.
They used to say that about Bourgoin as well, but I mean, it's these are the places you just, you got to understand that it's tricky to go there. Here we go, RC Van on the attack. Let's have a little bit of acceleration. Nkosi bumps off his man, gets the ball back up. That's nicely done by DeBase. He did really well to keep the ball. And
Intermac outstanding
again, well, it's sensational. Capozzo, big kick over the top. Anybody there for the taking? Whoa, you got to go for it. That's a knock-on from Cramon, and he knows it. Well, it's early season jitters and all of that.
Just interesting watching earlier that Labai made a half break just before they came back from the scrum knock-on. Intermac came in and absolutely destroyed him in the tackle. And then coming in to counter-ruck and win the ball, coming to steal the ball in this situation here. Just shows maybe levels of frustration and, getting a little bit annoyed with how things have been going out there on the field. And he's... trying to impose himself physically, which he can do. But that style attack we saw there, DBS coming on, probably another set of hands out wide, which allows him to play and make good decisions, whether it's take the space with a kick or run. And good to see the ball being moved. I hope they don't fall into this thing. Oh, we're not going to play. We're just going to do, one pass rugby. Way too easy for these guys to defend.
Kamisa coming on. And a chance is Saley. There's a little pop pass there.
Oh, great play. Again.
That's good from that man, Sato. And he's just
Sato
showing
really well.
He's got in there very quickly.
They thought he had put him through into a half hole there. He hadn't, and then he fell straight onto his back. And Sato was really quick to realise that the ball was exposed. And the moment he saw it, straight on top of it. John Boyer's taking a shot to the head at training by the looks of it, doesn't he?
That's right.
I hope it wasn't in the coaches' meeting.
Or in the video, in the video room.
Yeah. Just see here, falling on your side. You've got to work on the ground. You've got to work and not give them any access. And we talked about just the speed of the game. And these are things, again, they'll identify it, intelligent. They've got a good, smart coaching group up there in Van, and I'm sure they'll be all over it.
Nicely taken there, Alexander Rumat. Imperious in the line-outs as per usual. They've gone down as Sato getting the ball out quickly. Goes blindside, big call there coming from Capozzo. And into the hands of that man, Teo Intermac, already scored Toulouse's third try. Miafu. Oh, good dancing and jumping throw over the gate there by Brennan. And a charge coming this time from Benjamin Bertrand. And Tomac. Oh, Ruru just bringing him down. Had to release him. He was on the ground. Sato this time. There's Cramon. Another player who had a breakout season last turn. Opportunities here for Toulouse. Well, he's found the break. That is great running. He is so dangerous, Peter Aki, when he sees a bit of space, the acceleration, and he had purpose and he knew exactly what he was doing. They bided their time, and then they gave the ball to this man here. Skipped through, and the Samoan scoring try number 4.
Well played with the inside pass from Miafu. He draws 2 players there. Brennan does well. I think what I liked about the whole build-up in this one was the play from the number 9. Well, the replacement number 9 was Sato on this one. How quickly he was clearing the ball, getting it to the outside, just getting in there. There was no nonsense about his clearances. It was just straight into the hands of first receiver. They're winning the gain line now with their carries here, exposing the defence here. 3 guys chasing. Just way too easy. Way too easy, but well played. Again, really well played, though. And they've worn it down. They've taken the pressure. They've taken the hits to lose. But they come back, and now, here we go. We said, earlier, they had to score. I was calling it, but maybe try to score before the 73rd. They're going to have three and a half minutes to try and get this bonus point.
Well, he's just pulled it wide there. Ramos, 18:38, it sticks. But inside pass, look who it comes from. Same man, Blair Kinghorn. He did it for Ramos before. As a little scissor move, if you like, with Peter Aki coming in the inside. Well, that just shakes up the defence, and they've got to readjust.
Of course,
and it opens up gaps in the defence every time.
Big guy moving, and then they've got guys chasing in defence. And gee, that's an outstanding take by Capuzzo, was that? They're using him as a... lifted him up, a single-man lift. Really good technique here. They're going to play.
Saito. Hugo Mola saying, go, play, you got to play it. Let's try and keep possession. Let's try and score that 5th try. Bonus point win would put them top of the table alongside Clermont.
Oh.
Penalty. Alexander Rumat just not releasing the ball, clutching hold of it. David Enu. There is Gulven Le Garec. Nolan Le Garec's the father there. Been a coach at Van for a long time. Of course, that's where Nolan Le Garec first started to play rugby. Now a line out and an opportunity to try and get a 3rd try here. They haven't stopped fighting, Van, and I think that Breton spirit is most definitely being felt here. Nicely taken there, good work, and a chance to try and drive this. Got to get organised. Picked up there by Theo Beziat. There you go, the swashbuckler, formerly of Narbonne. And that is going to be Toulouse who pick up possession. Who got his hands on it?
That was Clément Vierge who came through the middle there, split them. Came through, wrapped it up. Vandermeer's played very well since he's come on, hasn't he? He's given them something, a target in the line out. Well, okay, Toulouse are not contesting here on this occasion, but he's been active. He's got good movement about him. Rightio, do they try and go 100 metres here?
Anything is possible.
I think they'll try and put pressure on the scrum, see if they can win a penalty. Get an easy 40 metres with a good kick.
Well, I think that, he kicks well now to Saito. He's...
he won't be kicking it. There's no way he's kicking it, but I just think they try and go for the scrum pressure. Well, but Van...
Big scrum. Romain Tomac, Peter Aki, the handoff on Gilles Lebaille. He's off. You said it. Nkosi is coming over. Oh, it's a little bit high there.
There's the penalty. So now you kick to the corner, now you catch and drive, now you score a try, and that's Toulouse.
They're just biding their time. There's no rush now, even if we're in the 80th minute, they know. They kick it down there, they work their set piece, they know what they're up to. But that was reckless. Didn't need to do that. He did well to get over, and he was like proving your theory wrong, about having a few extra, kilos coming into this new season. He got across really well, but the fact is that he didn't tackle well, did he?
No, and again, it's one of his mistakes. It's cost them. And I'm not going to blame the extra kilos for the head-eye tackle, but...
But Aki's there. There he is. And that didn't have to... You didn't have to go like... No, you could have hit him right on the, on the thighs, brought him down, and then afterwards, there's players back there. Would have been a different scenario. There we go. That's the 80th minute. And Guillaume Cramont with the... final line out. Alexandre Rumat. Here we go. Picked up by Cramon at the back. He's got a bit of support. Biding their time, shoving, going through.
Penalty advantage.
And,
20's coming from the side. They want to get this out, though. They want to try and play it and score it. He's over the line.
I don't think that's coming out. We'll have Penalty. 5 metres out.
Intermac had a point in asking for the penalty try, didn't he? Because that was going over. They're scoring that if he doesn't come in. Anyway.
You've got to ask.
Well, they've got a free kick themselves. Let's see if they... Usually they are very good at these set pieces as well.
Yeah, just watch out for Miafu. I think that, we know that he's probably going to get the ball at the end. Saito gets the ball out. There he is. Big charge from the big man, Miafu. He's got support there, David Inu. They're going to go over. Has it been crashed over? There's your try. There's your bonus point try. 5 points for Toulouse. The crash course goes over. David Inu, the American. Well, for all of our American supporters watching and fans who, of course, will love that moment. And the American tight head prop off the bench, scoring try number 5.
Smart play from Miafu here. He sees he's not going to get there, turns straight away, knows he's got support coming, and he's just going to set that maul up. Did it really well. Usually, you'd see the player get excited, getting close to the try line, particularly when you're 140-odd kilos that he is, or 150, and thinking, I'm going to break it all. But no, he knew he wasn't going over, turned, set the ball, presented it well. In came the support in behind, and there's your bonus point victory.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why he's actually in this Toulouse team. He's not playing individual rugby. He knows what he's capable of, but he also plays the team game. And just to make that available, obviously is a sign that he's in the right team. As Ramos kicks it right off the top of the post. And there you have it. 18 points for RC Van, 38 for Ugomola's men. Respect, I think, is the key word that we can look at today. Both teams respected each other, but Ugomola and Toulouse, they knew that they weren't going to come up against a team who weren't going to fight. They fought valiantly. They worked really hard.